Welcome back to Live Aligned Pilates. My name is Liv and today we have a Wall Pilates workout. We will be using the wall to create extra resistance and create some stability for our various Pilates exercises that we will be doing. So let's find our first warm-up movement, which is your cat and cow stretch. So finding your hands and your knees, hands around your shoulders, knees are hip distance apart. Taking a nice big inhale as you arch through your spine, looking up towards the sky, and then exhale, tucking chin to chest, rounding through the spine. Inhale as you arch. Exhale, round, lifting up through your core. Arching and rounding. Let's just do one more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, lift through the core and round, pushing that mat away. Now finding your neutral spine, so a nice long line from the top of your head down to your tailbone. You need to make sure you're the correct distance away from your wall. We are reaching our right arm forward and pressing the right hand into the wall, drawing the shoulder down. So if you're pressing hard enough, drawing the shoulder down away from your ear, you should feel the whole right arm engaging. Place that right hand down and press your left hand into the wall, just in line with your shoulder. Really push into that wall and draw your shoulder down and return that hand to the mat. So we keep alternating. It's like we're trying to push that wall away with our hand. At the same time, you lift up through your core, so keep changing from right to left. So your lower abs are pulling up. That's it. Maintaining that long line through your spine. And I should have mentioned, making sure your wall is structurally sound, so you can place weight against it without worrying that you will put a hole through the wall or damage it in any way, or yourself. So just be mindful of that. So if you would like a little more, as you press, say, your right hand into the wall, can you extend your left leg long behind you? So you're pushing with the hand and you're pulling with the leg, opposite directions. Place that knee and hand back down, alternate. Left hand presses into the wall, right leg reaches long. It's this opposing feeling of pushing and pulling. At the same time though, even though the limbs are energetically pressing in opposite directions, our core is pulling in towards the center. So lots to think about, no problem if it's all too much and you just want to focus on pressing the arms into the wall. But if you are adding in that leg, feeling your core lift, really stretching through the back of the extended knee. So this kind of class is all about intentional movement. We can easily just fly through this class without really connecting to the muscles that we are trying to. So we move slowly. We think about using that wall to press into. And let's hold. So press your right hand into the wall, extending the left leg long, pointing through the toe. Can you pulse that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the knee down, place the hand down, and other side, pressing the left hand into the wall, extending your right leg long, pulse that right leg for 5, 4, nice and slow, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, we're coming into our next exercise. So we will open up to a side kneeling position. It doesn't matter which side you start on, but I'm starting with my left knee down, left hand down. And again, just being the right distance away from the wall that you can reach your arm overhead and press into the wall with your top hand. So making sure that your left hand, your left knee, and that right foot is in one long line. Top hand pushing into the wall. It's comfortable for me to have my fingers facing up, but you can play around with the direction of your hand. So we're making a nice big space between the shoulder and the ear, pointing the right toes or the top leg toes, and you lift the leg and lower the leg. Lift and lower. So we're creating that extra resistance through the top arm and shoulder here by pushing into the wall. Again, like we're trying to press it away from us. Similar feeling with the leg, pulling the leg towards the opposite direction. And with our core this time, feeling that pinch in through the top side of the waist as we lift the leg. Hips are pressing forward. That's it. This is actually a nice way to do it because it does take a lot of the pressure and attention off the supporting hand, which is that bottom hand, which can sometimes cause issues through the wrist. Some people don't like this position because it's a lot of pressure through the wrist, which is totally understandable. So here's a great alternative. Let's go for 5. So that top arm for me is really burning up now. 3, 2, lift the leg on 1 and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Good job. Shake out that arm, maybe give it a stretch. So let's get into a bit of core work. And with our core work today, the wall is going to assist us. We can press into it, just like we did with our arm, but it's a nice way to work in this C-curve position and feel supported. So sitting far enough away from the wall that when you have your knees bent, feet flat, and arms reach out in front, you roll back and just the tops of your shoulder blades rest into the wall. Now, if you've got a bun at the back of your head, that might be uncomfortable, so a high pony or a low pony might be better. And we're pressing the shoulders back into the wall, lifting one leg to tabletop and down. Alternate and down. So just a bit of support here for the upper body. Doesn't mean we just sink down into the wall like this. We're still holding ourselves, dropping the ribs to the hips. If someone came and took that wall from behind us, we wouldn't move, we wouldn't fall back. Just a little bit of feedback here. If you don't like this one, if you've got some neck stuff, you could just sit just out from the wall and do all of this without pressing up into the wall. Totally up to you. Let's go for another 6. 5. Dropping ribs to hips, pulling in through the core. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Now hands coming behind the head, elbows wide. We will use a bit of wall resistance for this. So we oblique twist, lifting your left knee, twisting the right elbow towards the left knee and pressing the left elbow back into the wall and come down. So you push the opposite elbow back into that wall as you twist your other elbow to your knee. So really working in through the back there by pressing into the wall. Feeling the core pulling in as we crunch towards that knee. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you've got it, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, let's bring ourselves to a nice tall seated position. So you want your back to press right up against that wall there. You can comfortably sit here with the knees bent, feet flat. Awesome. Or you could cross your legs if that's a little more comfortable. Just make sure that when you cross your legs, you don't tuck under through the pelvis. So we want to keep right on those sit bones, nice tall spine. So just a really subtle couple of exercises to work through our posture. Reaching the arms out in front. Let's work through our protraction and retraction. So we're protracting the scapula, reaching forward, feeling the shoulders draw away from the wall as you slightly round through the upper back, and then you retract, pressing the shoulders back into the wall. Reaching forward, little rounding through the upper body and pressing back into that wall. So these are nice small movements and they'll really help with neck pain, if you feel like you are hunching over a little too much during the day. And it's just a nice movement that we don't really do in life all that often, or even in a workout. So it's nice to just connect in sometimes with those smaller movements and feel the benefits of them. All right, let's do one more. And retract, pressing the shoulders back into that wall. We fly our arms open and we close. So as we open, we really feel the front of the body expand and the back of the body press into the wall and close, even pressing the backs of the arms and the hands into the wall and close. So we're working those back muscles and opening up through the chest, all the while lifting through your core, still sitting up really nice and tall here, making sure you haven't started to slump into the wall. Imagine there's someone holding each hand, pulling those hands out nice and wide for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Lovely. Shrug out those shoulders. Let's do that side kneeling exercise on the other side. So if you did the side that I did, we now have the right knee under the hip, left leg long. Your right hand will come down towards the mat and your left hand will come overhead, pressing the arm and the hand into that wall. If you didn't do the same leg and arm as me, just switch sides. So you're pushing that top arm into the wall and you lift and lower your top leg. That's it, pressing your hips forward, pulling back through your core, dropping the ribs to the hips. And we press that top hand into the wall so your top shoulder starts to fire up. Good job. Now we want to really be pressing in through that top hand, so much so that you could even lift your bottom hand off the mat. That's how much that top hand is supporting you. Good. Let's go for 5, 4. We pulse in 3, 2. Lift the leg on 1 and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Good job. Give that arm a stretch. Bring it in front of you and hook it with your other hand. Okay, so let's come onto hands and knees now with our feet towards the wall. Stepping your left toes back up against the wall and just figure out where you need to be so you can completely straighten your left leg. Coming into a bit of a calf stretch and contraction. So we flatten out the left foot and we rock the weight back with the foot. And then we lift the left heel, flatten out and lift. Pressing the heel into the wall and then pushing through the ball of the foot to press away. So nice little stretch as we rock back and we lift the heel, we contract through that calf muscle. In this position, we just want to make sure we're not just dumping our weight through the low back and letting go of the core. We lift up through the core, keeping that neutral spine. Let's just do 2 more. Nice. And last one, stay on your toes. Reaching your opposite hand out to the side. This one's a bit of a balance challenge. Thread your right arm underneath your left. And then open back up. Reach your right arm out to the side and thread. Reach and thread. Perfect. Open up for 3, 2, and good, 1. Placing that right hand back down. Let's do one more on this leg. We are combining a donkey kick and a single leg pike. So to prepare for that pike, just tuck your right toes under. So that supporting leg, the toes will tuck under, ready to go. We do our donkey kick or our hamstring curl first. So we bend that left knee, curling in towards the glute. We straighten the leg, we press the toes back into the wall. Then pushing through your right toes, you lift your hips up into an A-frame and you lower back down. That's your combo. You curl, bringing the left heel to the glute. You straighten, push through both toes, both feet, lift the hips up, look back through the hands and lower. So this is a full body experience. You've got glutes, hamstrings, core, quads, shoulders, chest, back. It's all happening. Coordination. Good. Let's go for 3 more of these. This is 1. This is 2. And then this is 3. We're going to come into donkey kick and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, lift the core, 2, and 1, bring it down. Amazing. Quick stretch. Give the wrists a little shake out if you need to, and we'll do that on the other side. Finding hands and knees, extending your right leg long behind you, little calf stretch and contraction here. So flatten out the right heel and lift the right heel. Make sure your foot is up in line with your hip if possible. We don't want to go too much higher than the hip because that will tempt us to dip through the low back. Also, if you're too close to the wall, you might feel a little bit squished up here, so you might need to bring yourself forward. 2 more like this. That's it. And then we lift the heel. We stay there on the toes. Open your left arm out to the side. Really switch on through that core there. Thread the needle, reach underneath. Open. Squeeze through the back and reach. Open. Beautiful big movements here. So good for the spine, moving in these directions. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, place your left hand back down and tuck your left toes, prepping for our hamstring curl and single leg pike. So the curl first. You bend the right knee to the back. You straighten the leg. Both toes are tucked. You push mainly through your left leg to lift your hips up to the sky and lower. Again, curl, straighten, lift through the core, lift the hips, and lower with control. Curl, straighten, hips lift, and we lower. Just a few more. Just take it at your own pace. Amazing. Let's do 3 more after this one. So this is 1. Beautiful. 2. Really press that chest through. And this is 3. Okay, coming back down. Donkey kick pulses. So you bend your knee to that right angle and you pulse. For 9, 8, we lift up through the core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Good job. Take a nice chest opener stretch. So roll out those wrists and then bring them back behind you, making a fist, stretching those arms to the wall, pulling the shoulders back. Beautiful. Crossing the arms in front of the body. Placing the hands onto your lap and just taking a few neck stretches here, bringing the left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Circle the head forward and around to the other side. Just a couple of times. And come all the way up. Well done. So that's it. You are finished for your Wall Pilates workout. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I will link the other Wall Pilates workout I have on my channel. And make sure to subscribe so we can keep doing Pilates workouts together. Have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye for now.